Hello and welcome back to the top tiers. Today I am doing boss tips for Skeletron. He is the second to last hard mode boss that you'll be facing off with. So let's get right into the video. Starting off with optimal weapons and armor, there are plenty of new Bee Queen and Molten upgrades available at this time. Warrior, weapon-wise, should be using Enchanted Sword, Fiery Greatsword, Code 1, Amazon, or the Beekeeper. The Beekeeper is an extremely great choice because of its auto swing and when it releases bees on enemy impact, so that will deal a lot of extra damage. You should also be using Molten Armor at this point as a melee, and Rangers have the Boomstick, Tendon Bow, Shadow Bow, Molten Fury, or Bee's Knees. The Tendon Bow and Shadow Bow should only be used if you haven't gotten your hands on the Molten Fury or Bee's Knees yet. Both of those bows are extremely great choices for dealing out huge amounts of damage to the boss. The Molten Fury making wooden arrows into flaming arrows so you inflict the flaming debuff, and Bee's Knees shooting a row of bees, turning wooden arrows into bees. And on impact with enemies, those bees will scatter and deal extra damage. Although Rangers should still be using Crimtane and Shadow Armor because they have better buffs for the Ranger class. Soon they'll be able to get their hands on Necro Armor, though. Mages have Diamond Staff, Emerald Staff, Space Gun, Water Bolt, and Bee Gun available to them. The Diamond Staff and Emerald Staff should really only be used if you don't have any of the other weapons, and the Bee Gun is a very good choice to deal out a high amount of damage in a short period of time. It fires bees that will linger and deal continuous stinging damage, which is very good. And you have jungle armor available to you now. You should be able to get jungle armor. So use that, utilize that, and make the best of it. Summoners are finally getting a little bit better because now they have Hornet Staffs and Imp Staffs available to them, along with Bee Armor. So this is the first real Summoner armor and two of the better Summoner weapons for pre-hard mode. So you can use technically all three of the Summoner weapons at this point in time. No, I'm not actually sure about that. No, you cannot do that, actually. You can only use two Summoner weapons because you'd have a... No, you'd be able to use three. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a little bit mixed up here. But no, you'd be able to use all three pre-hard mode Summoner weapons at the same time. The Slime Staff, Hornet Staff, and Imp Staff to maximize your total damage. So now moving on to accessories. Movement-wise, we have the Frostbark Boots, any Balloon accessory, and Sweetheart Necklace. This is only for Crimson World, so keep that in mind. It is the Honeycomb and the Heart Panic Necklace to make the Sweetheart Necklace. Combat-wise, we have Feral Claws, Sharktooth Necklace, any string, any counterweight, and the Honeycomb, which releases bees on impact, on enemy impact. So whenever you get hit, bees will come out, which will damage the enemy. So that's very good, and that will be usable in a Corruption World, even without the Sweetheart Necklace. For health-wise, we have the Band of Regen. Mana-wise, we have the Mana Flower and Celestial Cuffs. Next out, buff-wise, buffs have gotten a lot of more things available to you now because you should be doing more potions since the bosses are going to be getting harder. You should definitely be fishing for potions. Fishing-wise, we have, or not fishing-wise, we have Inferno potions available at this point. Endurance potions, Rage potions, and Wrath potions can be gotten through fishing. Endurance potions are on any world, while Rage potions are Crimson only, and Wrath potions are Corruption only. Moving on to arena tips, build 4 platforms across the length of the dungeon, and make sure that the entire area covered by the campfire buff. This should be 1 to 2 campfires. Same thing with Heart Lanterns and Star in a Bottle for mages. Once again, this should be only 1 to 2 for each thing. Use the honey buff, like always, definitely use that honey buff. And smooth out the parapets on the top of the dungeon so you can run across it without having your speed slowed down if you needed to. And those are my arena tips for you guys. But that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you here on the top tiers.